Hey guys, Gypsy Wolf. I hope everybody is doing great. Thank you for joining me, my little witches. Alright, so if any of you know about Mercury retrograde, you know that we are in one and that they are not fun. The things that can go wrong are endless, but you know, the main things that tend to go wrong are communication. So if you're trying to talk with your partner, a lot of things can go wrong there. Like if there's a big situation, you should probably put that on the back burner until the retrograde is over. Never make big money purchases during the retrograde, things like that. It throws so many things off balance. And I wanted to show you a very, very simple and quick type of spell that you can do to try to counteract all of that, you know, what's going on. Because I always try to do a little bit of something just to, even if I don't feel like I need it yet, I know I probably will. So why not, you know, do a preemptive strike, so to speak. And you're not going to need much for this at all, which is great. And that's why I wanted to show it to you. So what you will need is a blue or a white. I would suggest blue, but if you only have white, that's okay. Tea light. You need a tea light for this one, okay? Tea light candle. Make sure you cleanse it with either your sage, your Palo Santo, or maybe you have a cleansing spray, what have you. You'll need something to inscribe it with. I have my fancy little pen that I got from the Dollar Tree for so much money. You'll need something to light your candle with, so either a lighter or matches. And then you will need 2 botanicals, if you can get your hands on them, which I know you can. Probably already have them in your home. This giant thing of lavender, and I still have another jar as big as this full. I keep sending it out to people because I have so much. So a little bit of lavender bud, just a little. You just need a teeny bit because, you know, fire. We don't want this to go up in crazy flames. And then a little bit of basil. I was trying out a few leaves for my basil plant, so I'm just going to end up using one of these dried basil leaves. So let me explain to you why I'm using blue, why I'm using the lavender, why I'm using the basil. So blue is the color for communication. And during a Mercury retrograde, communication is the problem. That's what people seem to not be able to do well. So that's why I'm using blue. But if you only have white, that's totally fine in this circumstance. Then I'm going to use a little bit of lavender because it calms things down. So let's say, you know, you're in a heated debate with your partner or your boss, or I don't know, like maybe you're a teenager and, you know, your parents, I don't know. Something like that. So it calms the tempers down. And then I felt led to use a little bit of basil, because basil is very good for love, but it's also great for money. And I always use it in money magic. And you don't want your money to stop flowing during this retrograde. So we want it to keep coming on in, right? Okay, so here's what we do. You're going to take your little tea light, and now, when you want to bring something in, you want to do it in a clockwise motion. And you want to take something away, counterclockwise. So, because we want to bring in money, good communication, things like that, I'm going to start near the wick, even though this is a weird-ass candle, man. Like the wick is in a weird spot. I'm going to start near the wick, and I am going to draw kind of like, I hope you can see that, maybe you can't, but I'm going around in circles just to represent the continuing of bringing things into me. Give me 1 second and I'll show you. I mean, it looks like a mess because I was pointing it at the camera and not looking at it myself, so it's all wobbly, but that's okay. That's all right. So, like I said, you just, circular motions, okay? All right. Now that we have done that, you can take a little bit of your lavender bud. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just taking the tiniest bit. And I'm kind of crushing it in my fingers. And I'm putting that on the candle. Now, if you want, you can do this. I will probably do this, to be honest with you. A lot of times I will take one of those little oil burners, like the tiny ones that you can get at the Dollar Tree. And I'll put my little tea lights on there and let them get kind of soft and sticky. And then I will put the herbs in. But you don't have to do that if you don't have one of those. You can just, put it on. It's fine. Okay? So I put on a little bit of lavender. And now I'm just going to crush this basil leaf in my hand. Everybody's got basil in their pantry. I hope you do, because if you don't know how to cook. I'm just saying. So I'm just crushing that up, and I'm going to put a little bit of that, and I'm going in a clockwise motion around the candle. I hope you guys can see, like I'm not paying attention to the camera right now. I suck. I've had a really rough few days, so please give me a little bit of slack. All right. So, like I said, the blue will help with communication. The lavender will calm angers down. And the basil will keep the money flowing. So what you want to do after you've done your little circles and you put a little bit of herbs on there, you light up the candle. And you just let it burn. Don't leave it unattended or anything like that. But keep it that simple. And just envision how things are going to continue to flow very well. Communication will be fine. There won't be any issues like that. And you can do this as many days as you need to during the retrograde. Because I will probably do this more than one night. I guarantee you. And if I run out of blue tea lights, I'll use white. It's totally fine if that's all you've got. So you just light it on up. Do a little bit of visualization. Maybe you light it while you do your morning workout or meditation, whatever it is that you do in the morning. Maybe your tea. And yeah, that's it. It's that simple. This will really genuinely help you with the Mercury retrograde. So, as always, guys, thanks for joining me, and blessed be.